On this episode, we share our favorite Disney World and Universal Orlando attractions that make us laugh. Today is March 29th, 2024. This is episode 654 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. You can also follow us on TikTok at MSM Podcast. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Then if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. If you're planning that trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, maybe you want to go on a cruise or pretty much travel anywhere else in the world, head to mainstmagictravel.com and fill out a form for a free quote. Now that you've got that trip to Disney World or Disneyland planned, you did not get your advanced dining reservations that you wanted at 60 days out, though. Don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service. And then finally, we are not far off, a little over a month away from the Main Street 16 Challenge.
Yay.
All to benefit Give Kids the World Village. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on at mainstreet16.com, so go check it out. There is a Friday night trivia event. Tickets are now on sale for that. We've got special guests. We've got awesome prizes. There's the Saturday 16 Ride Challenge that you can register for right now. We are going to be shutting down those registrations in just a couple of weeks, so we can make sure we have plenty of time to order t-shirts and awards and all of that. There's going to be some fun side challenges this year if you don't want to do the ride challenge. And there is a raffle right now for only $25 per entry. You have the chance to win a 2-night stay for up to 4 people at a deluxe villa resort, which is awesome. And again, all of this goes to benefit Give Kids the World Village. Go to mainstreet16.com. Do you like to laugh?
I do.
I
laugh at you a lot.
Do you laugh at me or with me? There's a difference.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Okay. That is okay. So this was actually spawned from an article that Touring Plans did recently about the funniest theme park attractions.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about both Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort. And we have ranked our top 10. We have a couple honorable mentions, and these are, these are attractions that are meant to make you laugh for the most part. Like that was their intention when they designed these, whether it's a ride or a show or whatever. It's like, we want people to laugh during this. So that's what we're going to go through. Okay. But we have some honorable mentions.
Okay.
And what is our very first one, which I don't believe had any intention of making people laugh, but we can't ride this without just hysterically laughing.
Yes, it is very funny. It is a child's ride. So we are over at Universal Orlando's Islands of Adventure and Seuss Landing, and it is the ride The Cat in the Hat.
Do I like this? Oh, no, I do not.
So if you don't laugh at this ride or laugh because things are creepy looking, then I'm not sure about you. I'm just kidding.
It's so bad.
It's just funny.
That it's funny. And
it's weird looking.
It is. And
so it's funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's a train wreck, like you can't take your eyes away. We ride it every time we would go.
Yeah.
Like we'd walk through and be like, 5-minute wait, let's go on it. Let's laugh. And when thing 1 and thing 2 first popped out,
goodness.
and Kaylin would scream like it was out of a horror movie. And it just would make us just laugh, like double over laughing. So it makes one of our honorable mentions. Yeah. The next one, we are going to head over to Universal Studios, Florida. And what do we have that's brand new?
The Illuminations Villa Con Minion Blast.
Located this year in a place where nothing's even unusual. Universal Studios just got a lot more people. Which is really saying something.
Now that one's fun. It is funny, but it's fun. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because of the Minions.
Yeah, and I feel like the pre-show, which is all throughout the queue, has a lot of humor. that is purposely embedded. And you can even go over to Minion Mayhem right across the street here. You know, I mean, the Minions are funny.
Yeah.
They're meant to be funny. And so anything that they do, like even while you're either riding Minion Mayhem or you're blasting over here, like,
and the blast
all
is
meant to be
fun.
fun.
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too. You can look at things, you know, as you go through some of these, like what is intentionally supposed to make you laugh and what is just fun and invokes joy and just makes you happy and laugh anyway. And yeah, I mean, whether you're just laughing at what's on screen while you're blasting, or you're almost just laughing at the fact that I can't figure out where I'm shooting and I'm so dang frustrated, it's still funny.
Yeah.
So I think that one works. And then the third honorable mention is the pre-show is meant to be funny. The ride
yes, it is
not meant to be funny at all, but it is hilarious because it's absolutely absurd and awful. And we're sticking in Universal Studios, Florida with Fast and the Furious Supercharged.
Get that turbo truck ready.
Okay.
I'm sending Letty there to pick it up.
I will call her.
I'm on it.
I am worthless.
Hobbs needs our help. He needs our team.
You guys are the team. Awesome.
Spread the word.
Tell everyone you know.
But keep it in our family.
Just Instagram.
And keep it quiet.
We are not telling anyone.
Now, again, obviously the pre-show, which uses live actors,
correct,
is funny.
Yes.
It has jokes.
Yes.
You know, especially when you're in the war room.
Right.
And so that was intentional.
I like that.
The ride, I think, being as horrible as it is,
it's just unfortunate that the screens and the way it looks, and it's just
so over the top.
It's
and I know,
just funny.
I know Fast and the Furious is over the top, you know,
it is.
but
I've watched them all.
This is just beyond absurd. And even if it wasn't so over the top, the computer generation is obvious.
Yeah, that's the sad and funny part, because like even the movies, I mean, come on, he jumps from
but at least they're
a
using
building
real
to
people,
a building
you know what
in
I mean?
a car.
Yeah, I mean, this is when you get into the actual ride portion, it is computer generated.
Yeah,
and it looks like a knockoff of like Grand Theft Auto, like a video. Like the graphics aren't even where they could be.
Yeah.
And so if they ever redid this, I don't know why they would redo it the exact same, but it'd be interesting to use today's technology and the rendering and the graphics that they're able to use in video games. There was just, I forget what game it was for. I can't remember what it's called. It's a new Marvel one with Wakanda and all. And like, it's one of those where like a preview came up. I think it came up before another YouTube video. And I was like, I don't remember there being a new live action Marvel movie. And then it takes you a minute and you're like, this is computer generated. This is a game.
Wow.
I mean, that's how good it's got.
That's awesome.
Like, you can almost can't tell the difference in some instances.
So then they should fix it.
They should fix it. So those are our honorable mentions. Now we're going to get into our top 10, which all of these really are meant to be funny.
Yeah.
They have jokes. They have whatever written into them. What is number 10?
Well, we are going back over to Islands of Adventure at Universal, and this is the Animal Actors on Location.
And up. On your feet. On your feet. On your feet. Stay. Speak. Speak. Sit. Scratch. On your feet. Lie down.
I love this show. Mm-hmm. First of all, there's animals in it, and it's funny because they're real animals, and you don't know if they're going to really do the correct thing. I
mean, that's part of what makes it funny is there are like, jokes and stuff written in where it's meant to be funny. And if every animal performs perfectly on cue, it is still a funny show. It's entertaining.
But it's even funnier.
Don't, it's even funnier.
Yeah.
And the kids love this. I mean, you know, last time we went even, they asked if we could go see it, you know, because they knew they weren't sure when they were going to see it again since we had to cancel our Universal AP. So, you know, something like that I think is really good for the whole family.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I love seeing the animals. Like, and I love that they're all adopted. Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah, all rescue.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So that part's always cool when you see stuff like that. All right, let's move on to number 9. Finally hitting Disney World.
Yeah, we're going over to Magic Kingdom and the Enchanted Tiki Room.
Deep voice and deep facts are called mixed calls.
Because of their claws?
No, because they're macaws. And our fine feathers red is the jolly toots can. And you can sound better than lovely cat.
Yeah, I mean, this is
tiki.
this is one that most people love.
Yeah,
for the most part. You know,
Yep.
whether you think this should be updated or replaced. I mean, this is fun, and again, it has jokes. It has purposeful.
I like the pre-show.
Yeah, I mean, it's got purposeful jokes and
Yep.
content written in that is meant to make you laugh.
Yes.
And with a lot of these, you look at a lot of these are shows, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the intent. It's hard to make a funny ride in some senses because most rides are either fast-paced, moving, things like that. But
Right.
yeah, this is a good one. When you look at some of these saying, I need a break. I
Yeah.
mean, this is one like you're in Magic Kingdom and it's hot
Yes.
and you've had a long day and you are just ready to like call it quits, but you're like, we're not going to. We still got, we got to stick around for the fireworks, whatever. We need a break. And two, we just need some like comic relief.
Yeah.
This is a good one to go in
Yeah.
and sit and relax, get in some AC and laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if you got young kids. They're going to
Yes,
love it.
they are.
I mean, it's a bunch of animatronic birds. And for all they know, they're real. They probably think they're real. Kids aren't that smart. So they probably
That's
figure
not
that,
true.
yeah, they probably figure all this is real. All right, let's move on to number 8, your favorite ride ever.
I didn't think this was that bad. We're going back over to Universal Studios, and it is the Simpsons ride.
Hey, it's me, Krusty! Congratulations! The line's almost over. Only 45 more minutes. Just kidding. I have no idea how much longer it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one that it's intended to be funny. It's The Simpsons.
Right. It was funny because it's not funny, but Tina wrote it and said that it made her nauseous, I guess, because the screens.
It's bad. It's awful.
I wrote it and I was fine, but I thought it was funny. I think I laughed quite a bit.
I mean, from the queue.
Yep.
Yeah, even from the facade as you walk in, it's Simpsons. It's funny. The queue, the pre-show, all throughout the ride. They actually have some nods to Disney and making fun of Disney throughout the queue and the ride and all, where they kind of parody Haunted Mansion a little bit, Pirates of the Caribbean. I believe there's a third one, and that was long before Disney owned the Fox and Simpsons property, which is interesting. But if I think it's one, if you like The Simpsons, you're gonna love this. If you don't like The Simpsons, you're gonna find humor in it still.
Yeah.
It's funny. That's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to number 7.
We are staying at Universal Studios and going over to Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York.
Stop talking about soccer and let's start the ride.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm Sarah, and in case you're wondering, it's S-A-R-A with no H, because H's are out. This is my lame stepdad, Gara.
And if you're wondering, that's G-A-R.
Ew, Gara, no one's wondering how to style it up.
The kids always want to ride this ride. They're like, let's go ride Jimmy Fallon. It's neat to see hashtag the panda. And it's just, first of all, the pre-show. Like, we actually went and had to sit and we got to watch I didn't watch it enough, I guess. The
waiting
Tonight
area.
Show.
In the queue area. Before you get into the pre-show is what you mean.
Okay,
This is
sorry.
like a pre-show to the pre-show.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I apologize.
And the thing is, a lot of times, this doesn't have a long wait, so you don't get to enjoy.
But when we
waiting
did,
area.
it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch the Tonight Show like Jeremy used to.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that stuff, I was just staring with my mouth open or laughing out loud because it was just like, oh my gosh, I've not seen this.
Yeah.
So my wait was very quick for me because I was like, oh man, we gotta go. I want to finish watching this.
Yeah. If you've not been in here while you're waiting out in the waiting room, they'll actually give you tickets, basically like passes, and they'll call your groups up at a time by color. And they are showing a montage on a loop of all the greatest clips of the Tonight Show.
Yep.
And everything from the games they play to guests to music to the lip syncing battles, like all this stuff.
It was super cool.
It's it's Tonight Show.
Yep.
It's supposed to be funny.
Yep.
And this, from beginning to end, the moment you're in the waiting area, all the way into the pre-show where you have Sarah and her stepdad Gary, that come
Sarah.
out. I mean, even to me, like the the roots and all wrapping the safety precautions
is flipping cool.
It's incredible, but it also it just makes me smile.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so good. And then throughout the ride, it is the goofiest, silliest, dumbest ride. but it's funny
kinda.
and it's fun. And it's another one that's just a great break. And not only do you get a break, you get in the AC, you get a ride, and you get to laugh. And really, I mean, it's another, if you don't enjoy this, you're just looking for a reason to not enjoy something. You know, you can not like Jimmy Fallon. I get it. You don't have to. You can not like the Tonight Show.
Fallon?
I'm sure there's people, you know, but it's so good.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a time almost that we had entered Universal Studios and walked past this and not gone on it.
I agree.
And even though it's the same every single time you go on it,
Yep.
it's still funny every single time you go on it. And it still is very entertaining. So let's move on to number 6. And this one, I think could go in a lot of places on this list. But based on what's in front of it, we decided to put it at number 6.
Yes, and we are headed to Disney and going over to Hollywood Studios for Muppet Vision 3D.
3D movies. Put on your glasses, Statler. Yeah. Hey, look! Look at the guy in the goofy mask. That's not a mask. Oh, sorry, lady.
I mean, it's the Muppets. It's the Muppets. You know,
I feel like bottom line, that's the main word.
And
Muppets.
And again,
they're funny.
I don't know why we don't have more Muppets. I've said it before, and to try to not be too offensive to a younger generation, I just don't think the younger generations get the Muppets. Like the girls just don't get the Muppets. I don't think they get the humor.
I mean,
sarcasm nowadays is so much different than it was when we were growing up.
I'm the same age as you, and I feel like
Muppets.
I'm the girls. Like I just
don't think you get. It's a certain humor.
I know, because you love them. You love it.
Yeah.
All of it.
The humor to me is just my humor.
Yes.
But you would agree that you not being the biggest Muppets fan,
still
you
funny.
enjoy this, right? It's still funny.
Yeah, it's still funny. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why would you not enjoy this?
Stupid funny.
It is stupid funny. And that's what the Muppets are. But see, and here's the thing. The Muppets comedy is so smart.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a younger generation, unfortunately, doesn't get it.
Okay.
You know, it's very different. I mean,
I don't get it either.
Maybe. I don't know. You're a kid at heart and apparently a kid at humor. Because again, I mean, the things that they think are funny, I don't. And the things that I think are funny, they tend not to.
Yeah.
Because they're just such different levels. There's such a generational gap between that. You know? I mean, even if you go back now, I just think lots of things are funny.
Yeah, you do.
Like if you took the kids and you showed them like Who's on First? Abbott and Costello, right?
Okay.
I don't think they would even smirk.
On the St. Louis team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out. I want you to tell me the names of the fellas on the St. Louis team.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Do you know the fellas' names?
Yes.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first base for St. Louis.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
I think it is hilarious. I don't know if everyone our generation thinks so, but that was like our parents' comedy was things like that, and going back to like the Johnny Carsons and you know, and so I still think they're funny. But if you showed, I would love to show the girls Who's on First and see if they elicits any sort of smile out of them whatsoever. The only comedian that I think Kaylin and I both have laughed at is Brian Regan.
Oh, Brian Regan is great.
It was one of the best days ever when Kaylin came to me and said, I saw this clip on YouTube of this guy and it was hilarious. And I think I'm trying to remember what clip it was. She said he was talking about snow cones in Little League, and I was like, Brian Regan? She's like, oh, you've heard of him? I was like, dude.
I never knew what was going on out in right field. All I knew is at the end of the game, I'd get a free snow cone. That's all I knew. Yeah. Be out there, oh, free snow cone. Free snow cone. Brian, what's the score? Free snow cone. Free snow cone at the end of the game. If you play, they're going to give you a free snow cone. Even if you play half game, you get you don't get a half snow cone. You get a whole snow cone for half the game. The people that play whole game get a whole snow cone, and the people that play half game get a whole snow cone. So it's always whole snow cone. So I'd rather play half game. Still get the whole snow cone.
That's awesome.
We saw Brian growing up. That was our family activity. Was going to see Brian Regan when he came to the DC Improv. You know, when I'm a kid, and it was great because he's clean.
Yes.
Clean humor. So you could take your whole family. You could take
Yes.
your kids. Unlike when I was 16 and my dad took me to see Dave Chappelle at the DC Improv. It was very different than going to see Brian Regan.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to number 5.
Your
Intentionally
favorite.
funny, of course. And what I love, and here's, I'll tell you this right now. Our top 5 are our top 5 because it's a different experience potentially every time you go to any of these 5.
Yes,
So
that's
let's start
true.
with number 5.
Okay. And like I said, it is Jeremy's favorite. We are Magic Kingdom, and it is the world famous Jungle Cruise.
Well, this is a sandstone formation, one of our bolder attractions. A lot of people tend to take that one for granted.
I mean, it's the whole point of this ride is to be punny. Right?
Yeah, that's funny.
I guess you would spell punny with 2 N's?
I don't know.
Because fun is 1 N, and then funny's 2 N's. Pun is 1 N. So then punny would be 2 N's.
Sure.
I don't
Good
think
job.
it's an actual word.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's the
should
whole
look it up
purpose.
and
It's the
see.
whole purpose of the Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
It's to be funny. It's
Yep.
to tell stupid dad jokes that I think
Your favorite.
Yeah, dads and non-dads can enjoy and appreciate because they do such a good job in the writing.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel like the skippers have less wiggle room than they used to.
What do you
I
mean?
feel like now, you know, to me, even, you know, a couple years back or so, you could ride it 5 times and have 5 very different experiences because a lot of the sections had a Rolodex of jokes, right? And I feel like that Rolodex has gotten less. I feel like now if you ride it 5 times, it's good with 5 different skippers. It's still going to be pretty similar.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time that I felt like I got like an ad lib or an improv
right
from a skipper. Like
right.
it used to be you got that a lot.
Yeah.
So I think we're missing some of that, but still it's different every time. And they still do have some of those. You know, you can still go through some areas and there's 3 different jokes that any given skipper can whip out and it gives it rewritability, right?
And it depends on your skipper and how he tells it.
Presentation is so big.
He, you know, yeah.
So, but
it is fun, and I feel like lately there's still been one time if I ride it, there's still one time where I'm like,
maybe
like,
here's something like a little new. I still laugh every
Mhm.
time. I mean, I laugh at, you know, the Jungle Book every time. You know, I mean, any of them I still think is funny.
Yeah.
You know, the whole, some people take it for granted. It's one of our bolder attractions. Like that makes me laugh every time.
You're funny.
It makes me laugh right now.
You're
They're
silly.
just brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 and number 3 are similar. They're interchangeable, I believe. But we just moved them because of what we like better. What's number 4?
Right. And we are staying at Magic Kingdom and we are going over to Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor.
You know I'm Betty Boyle, but what you don't know is that I can hypnotize humans. Yeah, I'm a hippopotamus. Hi, Betty. What's your name?
Anthony.
Correct. Anthony. It was Anthony, right?
Yes.
I'm 2 for 2.
I mean, if this wasn't made to elicit humor, then something's wrong because it's a comedy show.
Yeah, I mean, this is really cool because they talk about people in the audience.
It blows my mind.
Amazing how they do that.
Yeah, and this is live. These are live actors, live voices.
Yeah,
doing the monsters, and they have to be able to react.
Yep.
You know, on cue. Which I think is amazing. The reason I put this down the list a little bit is because it invokes crowds, like crowd participation, and I don't want to be a part of that. We haven't done this in forever because I don't want to get picked. Because this one doesn't give you an opportunity.
We don't have our
to be
kids
picked.
anymore.
Probably all the more reason for them to pick us.
Exactly.
Right. That's why I don't want to do it. But I think it's genius. The fact that you can submit jokes ahead of time via text.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they will use some of those during the show. Again, it's a lot of dad humor. It's a lot of silly jokes, but you know, they're called dad jokes because dads tell them to their kids because their kids will think they're funny because they're silly.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what this is. And it's another just break, and it's not really like anything else. I mean, that live interaction between monsters and people, it still blows my mind anytime we see it.
Yeah.
Along with number 3. And what is that?
This is going over in Epcot, and it is the same situation, but it is Turtle Talk with Crush.
And just a quick side note, this is a long clip, but trust me, it is well worth it, and we just didn't want to cut this one short.
What are all your
kids' names?
All 65. Right now. Okay, got a minute, Kaylee. Well, check it out. There's Squirty's totally my youngest. And we've got Sheldon, Shelby, Trishelle, Lishelle, Michelle, his shell, her shell, our shell, one shell, two shell, red shell, a blue shell, Shellella Ding Dong. And then we got the twins, Bill and Ted, Wayne and Garth, Cheech and Chong. The triplets, Mary, Kate, and Ashley. The teenagers, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Yeah, John's going through a weird phase right now. He thinks he's a walrus. And then we totally got Michael, Janet, Jermaine, Tito, LaToya, and Randy, Ross, Rachel, Phoebe, Monica, Joey, and Shannon. Yeah, they're like really good friends, bro. Crush Junior, 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 Stan, Crush Junior, Crush Junior, Crush Junior, all the way up until my oldest son, Keanu.
Another reason I think this edges out Monsters Inc. is because Monsters Inc. can exist without crowd participation. Technically,
okay.
You want to shine the spotlight and say that guy, and or get up and dance and stuff like that. You don't technically need it. You could just have this be a monster comedy show without any crowd interaction. Turtle Talk with Crush is 100% Crush in the audience.
That's true.
And then asking him questions.
Yep.
And if you've never done this show,
this is cool.
First of all, make time for it.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what it's about, just go YouTube a couple clips.
Yeah.
I mean, again, these are improv turtles that are reacting like that.
Yeah. And he's so chill, hey dude. Super cool.
I was just what was I just reading somewhere about what turtles eat? They eat jellyfish.
They do?
Turtles eat jellyfish. And there's something in the jellyfish that basically makes the turtles high. Which explains why Finding Nemo went the route of that's how all these turtles.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I'm just full of random knowledge.
Yeah, just like Talon.
Yeah. It's good stuff though, right? Yeah. How interesting was that?
No, that was really cool. I had no idea, but that's really, really cool. But how do they not get stung?
I don't. I didn't go.
Or
that
is
far.
it like a spicy to them? Like it's not like
it
we get
could
stung
be.
and it's just
but
like
not all the part.
This
but
is good
they might just
spicy.
eat the top because it's the tentacles that sting you. So they might be able to eat just the top of the. Is that a head? Is that their head? Is that their brain?
I don't know.
Do jellyfish have brains? What's going on in a jellyfish's brain?
I don't know, man.
I mean, really, think about it. There's not much. I hope there's no peanut butter around.
For what?
Peanut butter.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Sandwich. Because then that's just you're done for after that.
You got to give Pudge a peanut butter sandwich, and then
I know, you got to appease him because Pudge controls the weather.
Yeah, then you.
Which
what
really
if he
is the
doesn't eat it all?
saddest. It is the saddest thing ever. Because Lilo's parents died in a car accident when it was raining, and she thinks Pudge controls the weather. That's why she worships him and abides by everything.
And
that
why
he
is
wants.
it Pudge though? There's so many other fish in the sea.
It's Pudge. He controls the weather.
Huh. Why him?
Anyway, this is this is one of those that I've noticed. This is more audience participation in that the audience wants to participate in.
Oh yeah.
So that part I really like because you're going to raise your hand if you want the cast member to come out and,
that's
actually
true.
put the mic in your face. It's not really just throwing it in your face like ask the turtle a question. If you could ask Crush anything, what would it be?
I don't know, but I think it's really cool because no matter what people ask, even adults have asked questions, and I think they've asked how long they live or where, stuff like that, and he knows.
I know.
It's super crazy.
It's really cool.
I mean, I wonder to be able to work Crush if you have to, you have to know all about turtles.
Yeah.
Literally.
But again, that's the thing is the way that a lot of these improv actors work. It's same thing with freestyle rap artists is they have a Rolodex in their brain.
Right.
Remember we talked to Mark about that.
Correct.
So they have a response, a set number of response to any given word
Right.
trigger word that they can pull something out or they can
Correct.
piece together. That's what makes them just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I would ask him?
What?
Hey man, you got any more of that jellyfish? Let's move on to number 2.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
2, we are going over to Universal Studios, Florida, and we are going to the horror makeup show.
And your husband, how long have you two been together?
Almost 20 years.
20 years! Congratulations! Fantastic. Vicky, right? Put your hands out like this, please. After 20 years, it's time for an upgrade, okay? We're going to build you a brand new husband. That's wow. You get to put them together. It's like IKEA. Have fun. He's going to have 5 hands. He's already more fun than your husband. But he's only got 1 foot. You can only take him to the IHOP. Okay?
You know, again, this is a show that is made to be funny.
I never thought about the show until Kaylin
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see it because she was in that kind of doing stuff where I don't know if... Yes, Jeremy posted it one time where she did Andy on the bottom of her foot.
Yeah, it looked like
she
had been carved
literally
into her foot.
Yeah, carved and was bleeding Andy. But it was super
She
cool.
did the pencil through the hand,
She did,
which was super impressive.
That was super cool.
Household made items.
Yep. So with all this being said, again, I never thought I would even horror makeup show. Like, I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't. But then because my daughter was in it, I was like, oh, now I'm interested. And it was really cool and funny.
It is.
And again, this is different every time because of the people working the show.
Yeah.
So.
And even, I mean.
The audience participation.
Yes, audience participation here as
That
well.
was funny.
Well, and what they do such a great job of is that, you know, this could have been a standard horror makeup show.
Yeah.
Which would be super interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
things like the
100%.
machete in the arm. You know, the breakaway machete and it's got blood
Yep.
capsules. Like, it's neat to see that. And they're sawing through their arm.
Yes.
Oh, what was that guy's name? The Amazing Jonathan. You ever watch him?
No.
Comedian? He did stuff like that. He was like, he's a little bit like Carrot Top.
Huh. He's redhead?
But mentally unstable. Not that Carrot Top is completely probably mentally stable, but in the sense of like, he did things like that where I'll have to just show you clips. I don't know how to explain it. He was he was a much more shocking. And it was stuff like at one point, I remember he pulls out a machete and just starts sawing through his arm and screaming. And then he just throws it away like nothing happened and moves on to the next bit. So it's very prop comedy, but his was darker. And I'm pretty sure it was The Amazing Jonathan. But this could be simply a show that really does show you, here's how horror movies are made.
Right.
Here's how it looks like someone gets stabbed. Here's how, and that would be neat. But the fact that they elicit comedy and humor throughout, and it is one that it's going to be a little different every time.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have static characters. You have live actors that are performing. Each one's going to bring their own flair. They're going to bring their own jokes. They're going to bring their own improv.
And then
throughout.
they get a participation from the audience.
Yes.
And the one we were in with this little Asian lady, which was hysterical because she couldn't
that little
speak.
grandma.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause she couldn't speak
Couldn't
English.
speak English. But then the family member went I think
That's right.
I can't remember if she went with her, but she was trying to help her out.
Yeah. She was
it was
adorable.
It was.
And it was so
She was hysterical though too.
And here's what's so amazing is that those performers didn't miss a beat.
No, they did great.
You know, think of how thrown off you could be like, oh, this one's not going to work. And instead of just being like, let's get somebody else. Who else wants to come up?
Right.
They
Nope.
rolled with it
Yep.
and made it the most unique show you could possibly see.
It was awesome. It was a great show.
And that's what we also love about our number 1.
Yes. And we are going back over to Disney and the Hollywood studios, and we are going to Frozen Sing-Along Celebration.
Is this the Lion King? What is this, Tarzan? What is this, Cinderella? What is this, Snow White? What is this, every story I loved as a kid? That's funny to you. You're gonna love Old Yeller. Oh.
This has always been fantastic. Jeremy and I have watched it with our children being young and singing because they love Frozen, to us just going, me and him.
For the jokes.
And for the show.
Yeah.
because you have live actors and like Jeremy said, you have this Rolodex of what you can say. And I love when you get two actors, which is it's a male and female, Sir Eric and oh Lord.
I think it's Aria.
Yes. And it is funny when she won't like literally laugh, or she's like, oh my God, he just said, and she will have to turn around, or vice versa. He will, you know.
You
Sir
can see
Eric
the
will have
chemistry a lot of times between them, and ones that have worked together, and it's just, and you don't know what you're getting. It's very much like Jungle Book, Jungle Cruise.
Yep.
You know, in the sense that you know the setup
like
that's
a box
coming.
Of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get.
Thank you, Forrest, for appearing. I would give anything to get Kaylin to sit down and watch that movie. She refuses to watch it.
Forrest Gump?
Yes.
Why?
I think she's very worried about secondhand embarrassment. Kaylin does not like movies with secondhand embarrassment.
About that.
She won't watch Elf anymore because of secondhand embarrassment. She gets embarrassed for Buddy.
Yes.
So she doesn't watch the movie. I think she would be embarrassed for Forrest, and therefore
of course she
would not
would
watch the movie. She
of
would
course
also
she
be
would.
in tears the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like any normal human being.
Yes.
But this is it's so good. So you have the setup, but you don't always know what's coming next.
Yeah.
And you know, they have moments that they can just kind of riff and go off if they want.
You know you're gonna sing.
Yeah, you know you're gonna sing, and then
you don't have to.
Yeah, and then when there's not specific crowd participation, it's not asked for, but there are certain times that the crowd might yell something out, or they see something in the crowd and they point it out, and it's just it's amazing. I just, you know, we haven't been to this show probably in a while. But anytime we've gone,
been a little while.
It got to a point where every time we went,
there
were new historians that we had not seen before.
Yes, the last time we went was with Mark and
yeah, that's been a while.
Scott and Michelle.
Yeah, it's been a while that we've been there. And but yeah, each time you can go and you'd be like, I've never seen this historian. I hope they're funny. They are.
Yep.
They're outstanding.
Absolutely.
It's such a good show.
Yep.
And it's such a perfect break. And there's something in there for everyone.
Yes.
You know? And if you don't know that this is a comedy show, because you just think it's we got to go sing along to Frozen again. I've been doing that for a decade now. Like, really? It's so much more than that.
It really is.
And
So
during Christmas time, during the holiday season, you get a little bit of a change up.
Yep.
And you get Olaf, and you get some of the additional songs, and you get Kittens and Mittens. So
Kittens and Mittens.
Another thing. See, man, I need to put you through like a pop culture course.
Why?
Because you've never seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right?
I
when Charlie had kitten mittens.
Watched stuff with you and you would watch
Have
it.
you seen the clip though of his commercial for kitten mittens?
Probably.
Okay.
I just can't
I'm
remember.
gonna show you
right now.
that. After this, I'm going to show you that.
And the
I'm gonna
Charlie
show you,
person?
Amazing Jonathan.
Yeah.
Who's Charlie?
I don't know. Charlie and the Chocolate
Charlie and the
Factory.
Chocolate Factory. I'm going to show you those real quick.
Okay.
And then we're out.
All
Because
right.
not making any predictions, but we got to run. We're recording almost a full week early
Woo!
on Sunday for Friday's episode. So
Wow.
good work. We're ahead of the game because we'll be out of town
Yay.
Thursday through Sunday.
Yep.
We are going to be in
Happy
a super
Easter,
cool,
everyone.
Yeah, happy Easter. We're going to be in a super cool Airbnb. We'll tell you a little bit about that, and then we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So
We do.
you're going to want to make sure you follow us on social at Maine ST Magic. Go ahead and get that free quote. Completely free travel services to you. Cost you nothing extra. Go to mainstmagictravel.com. Please check out mainstreet16.com. If you cannot participate, if you don't have the funds maybe to, come to trivia night or, do that Deluxe Villa Resort raffle, any donation amount helps. And if you can't donate, please just share. It's a great way to participate as well. Share it with your friends, your family on social media, mainstreet16.com. Hit subscribe so you can get these brand new episodes, all the content coming up every Tuesday and Friday. And finally, we would be so very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.